200 per 90 kilogram bag of maize offered to NCPB over and above the SFR board recommended price. Consequently, I wish to therefore announce that the purchase price of a 90 kilogram bag of maize to NCPB will be Kenya shillings 3,200 with effect from Monday, 16 October 2017. End of statement. Any question? Yes, I know.
I need a few clarifications. One, what exactly is the total reduction in the maize production in the country? Because as the year progressed, we've had all these things come up about we are likely to go down. Our production is likely to decline by between 20 and 30% because of the drought and because of the contaminant. But then we're talking about 4.4%.
Right.
So are you saying that all those projections were wrong and that on what basis did they make those projections?
Right. What is happening is when the fall armyworm invaded our maize growing areas, it was a serious pest which actually scared all of us. But the good news is the maize in those areas started bouncing back. If you go to Kitale, if you go to most parts of Uasin Gishu now, you realize the same maize actually bounced back and the crop is very good. So the latest assessment is showing a better performance than we had anticipated. Number two, the previous year, we lost almost the entire second crop. But our anticipation now, owing to the current rain distribution, we are seeing between normal and above normal rainfall in the high potential areas where we normally get the second crop. And therefore, we have revised our estimation of the performance of the second season crop. And therefore, at the end of it all, we are seeing the drop based on the long average of 40 million bags of only 4.4%. So the situation, as we do all this estimation, changes with time. It changes with weather. You may see a bad weather situation going on now, but within a very short time, when the changes happen, then you have to revise your estimates. And so that is exactly what we have been doing. And this is based on our latest survey, which we have undertaken.
So what is the full impact of the fall armyworm right now? Are you able to put a figure to it? How much land have you lost, and in terms of monetary value, how much is that equivalent?
If you look at the 4.4 decline we are talking about now, most of it is attributed to the fall armyworm, and up to a small extent, the weather which changed. Maybe we can communicate to you later if we split the two to see how much impact it was created by fall armyworm. Yes.
Mine is on what the president said the other day when he was opening the Nairobi International Trade Fair. You say that the government has set aside 6 billion to buy maize from farmers. But if I refer you back to the 2017-2018 budget, what was factored is 1.3 billion to buy less than a billion, to buy less than 1 million bags. So where is the rest of the money coming from? Does it mean you are going to revise your figures, your budget figures, so that you can be able to fit in what the president said? And if he says there is 6 billion, what is this money coming from, if it is not from the national budget?
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. You know what the oversight board purchases? It is the oversight board who does the purchases, and it uses its internal funds and what is provided by budgetary provisions of that financial year. Before the budgetary provision of the 2017-18 financial year, 1.3 billion Kenya shillings, already SFR had 6.5 billion Kenya shillings in its reserves. So if you combine the two, what is at disposal to purchase this year's crop is actually in excess of 6 billion Kenya shillings. So the president was right. The SFR already had
how much?
6.5 billion. 6.5. Yes. Yes.
You said that the maize subsidy program was extended until the end of this month, and until the end of October. What plans do you have to enable that smooth transition from maize subsidy to to the normal way we used to do maize farming? And secondly, back to Nicholas's question on the 6 billion shillings. This 3,200 that will be buying is from farmers. Will it come from this 6 billion shillings?
Yeah. So that one will definitely come from what the SFR board have, which is 6-point-something billion Kenya shillings. But you are talking of now the issue of subsidy. If you can monitor how we have handled the issue of subsidy, we are not putting a definite time that subsidy will end at this point in time, because what would happen after that? What we are more focusing on is at what point would the local production or the supply of these main staple be in a position to ensure that Kenyans or Kenyan consumers are accessing this staple at an affordable price. So the focus of government now is not as at when are we stopping the subsidy. It is when are the supplies good enough to ensure that with market forces, the Kenyan consumer is able to afford this important food item. And so we are not keen in placing dates as in when we will stop the subsidy. And government has various strategies of ensuring that food is affordable to Kenyans. One of them is subsidy. Other ways is the strategy of government continuously reducing the cost of production, so that as we reach the time to harvest like now, the available crop would take down the cost of flour in the market.
In the case that if we don't get the expected harvest, what if it goes below what we are expecting, what is the backup plan?
The backup plan is to go to international market and access the crop, so long as we access it at prices which would sustain the cost of the cost of flour at affordable prices for the consumer.